Hey everyone, thank you so much for being here today. My name is Denise. I'm also known as heywigsister on Instagram and Facebook. Today I'm here to bring you a wig review in partnership with Wig Studio One. This is the brand new style Joy by Envy in the color Creamed Coffee. And their packaging has changed. I received this from Wig Studio One, and when I got it in the mail, I took one look at this beautiful packaging and I thought, oh my goodness, what's going on over at Envy? Well, I am very, very excited to be able to tell you about this super cute style. Brand new for 2022, just launched. So if you want to know more about Joy, and I will also talk about this color since I have never reviewed it before, then stick around and we'll talk all about her. So grateful to Wig Studio One for sending me this piece so I could share it with all of you. If you're unfamiliar with Wig Studio One, I highly encourage that you check them out. Their website is www.wigstudio1.com, and I do have a link in the description for you. They also have a fantastic Facebook group, Wig Studio One Wig and Topper Support Group. So many women in that group sharing their wig wearing journey, support, pictures, tips and tricks. It's just a fantastic place to get help if you are struggling on your wig wearing journey or just want to connect with other women who wear wigs. And some suffer from hair loss, some don't, and everybody comes together to share the joy of wigs. Just fantastic. All right, you guys. I have fallen in love with this wig. I will just tell you that in the very beginning. Let's take a look at this one from all sides. It's really adorable. So this piece is brand new. It just launched. And I think that if you're looking for a wig that you can wear in updos and ponytails, and you don't mind a bit of permatease, you really should take a second look at this piece. I absolutely love how they constructed it. I love the layering. I want you to look at this layering. It's perfect. It's some, you've got face framing layers in the front, and it just gradually gets longer and longer and longer. Now, I know that I have some wig sisters who never wear long wigs. I want to show you how versatile this wig can be toward the end of this video. It's going to really, really make a difference for someone looking for styling potential in a piece. Now, let's talk about the density. I would consider it a moderate density wig, moderate to light. It is not light. Let me take that back. I would say that when you do this, which again, you can do a ponytail with this one and it would be super cute, you see there's not a lot of hair here. So I don't think it's a heavy density piece, but this one does have a lot of permatease. Not a lot. I would say it's got a moderate amount of permatease, and that gives this a fullness up in here that makes it look like it has more hair than it actually does. So we have permatease like the permatease starts here and it's all the way around to the back. All the way down to the bottom. So I have kind of poofy, pillowy. I can feel it. It's not extreme. I think it looks extremely realistic. It's not too poofy. But if you struggle with permatease, if you feel overwhelmed by wigs a lot, and because you've been losing your hair for a long time, wigs often look wiggy to your eye, this one's going to maybe be a challenge for you in the beginning because of the permatease. There's not a ton of it up here. There is permatease, sort of the whole cap has permatease, but I would say the heaviest is right at the sides and then around to the back. What that does is it gives these layers some lift, so it looks like you took a round brush to your hair when you dried it. It gives it nice body and some life, and if it didn't have that permatease, it would hang very, very flat and lifeless. You can get in there and give this a little bit of lift, but the permatease isn't so heavy that you're going to get a crazy amount of lift. I think it's kind of just the perfect balance. I really, really do think it's the perfect balance for this style, and I think they placed it perfectly. That's my 2 cents. The fibers are on the drier side. What does that mean? Number one, they feel a little bit like dry hair. They're not super soft and silky. they look super realistic, and that is one of the benefits of drier fibers. They end up looking very realistic. I do not find this wig to be super shiny, and the color, this color runs the risk of looking shiny. I really think it's got good healthy hair shine, not wig shine. A con of having fibers that are on the drier side is that it can tangle, and I do think this wig will have a fair amount of tangling if you wear it for long periods of time. You remedy that by just making sure you have a wide tooth comb with you at all times. I think if you're ever going to wear wigs longer than maybe shoulder length, you will have to be prepared to comb through them regularly to make sure that you're keeping those tangles at bay. And it really does comb through easily, but I have, oops, grabbed my earring there. I have noticed down at the nape, it does want to get tangled. So just keep that in mind if you are interested in this piece. Let's talk about the cap construction. So we have a lace front right there. And they did a really, really good job with it. And the lace goes about to here. So it's not a temple to temple, but I think you've got enough lace real estate that if you like to style the front, if you want to pull it up in clips and things like that, you've got plenty of lace front to do that. This also has a left mono part, so right there, but it's quite densely knotted. So you really can't see the monofilament that much. I have a video where I show you how to pluck a part line, and me personally, in a wig like this, I would pluck it because I like to see the monofilament. I think it gives it a lot more realism. And let's face it, guys, if we pay that extra premium for a wig with monofilament, you kind of want to be able to see it. So it's really, really easy to remedy, and that's, you don't have to do it. I think it looks just fine. It doesn't look wiggy. That's just me giving you the Denise opinion, which I like to do in these reviews. If you watch any of mine, you know I do share quite a bit. Now, there's our lace front. Look at that mono part. It is so deep, it goes all the way back to the crown, which is wonderful. Soft ear tabs with bendable stays, an extended nape, bra strap or pull adjusters. So this one is fitting me kind of perfect. I have a 22-inch circumference, and I'm quite small, petite, over the top of my head. This is fitting me sort of like it was made for me. So I would encourage you to look at my measurements if you're on my YouTube channel. If you're on the Wig Studio One YouTube channel, my review's probably already out, and you can go find that and then go look at my measurements so that you can determine how this will fit you. It does have great stretch. And so I would say if you're up to a 22.5-inch circumference, you probably can wear this. Keep in mind I'm 22 and I don't have it cinched in at all. But it's not just your circumference that matters. Over the top of your head matters too. And if this measurement on you is a lot bigger than on me, then the fact that I don't have this cinched in might matter more. Let's take a look at the coverage. I get really, really good coverage. So the ear tabs come down right where I like them. I do have a little bit of bio hair showing, which is pretty typical. But the way they put this hair on here, you're probably not pulling it all the way back anyway. If you're going to do like an off the face styling, you're going to leave some down, and they did a perfect job of constructing that. The only complaint I have really about this one, and I wouldn't consider it a huge complaint, is somebody did something a little weird when they tied the fibers onto this cap in the front. Now, lace fronts, all of this right here, lace, that's all hand tied. A human being has hand tied that. So in that sense, it's a handmade item, and you know handmade items have they're unique. If you get a handmade piece, it's unique. It's not going to look exactly like any other piece. And that is the case with wigs. So I have some wayward fibers up here that are not tied in my opinion, correctly. They want to sort of hang down, and they go on the side of the part where they should be going this direction, but the way that they're tied, they don't want to. So at first, I was a little taken aback by that, and I was a little concerned. But I found in my playing with it and checking it out, they like to sweep really, really easily, and they're the lighter color fibers, so I don't think it makes that big of a difference. but I did want to talk about it. It was just a little odd. You can always pluck a little bit of the fibers off the hairline. If you get a wig and the hairline looks wiggy too because it's maybe too straight across, or there's something odd about how they put those fibers on the hairline, you can always pluck a little bit, make it your own, and that is an acceptable thing to do with wigs to help it look the way you want it to look. So I would not sweat that. I just want to be honest with you guys about everything and tell you everything I see. If you want to cut bangs into this one, I really think that you can. They did not tie a ton of hair up here, and it definitely has what looks like what on human hair would be called a cowlick, because they tied it on here so that the hair would sweep away to the side. So if yours has as much of a cowlick as mine does, and you want to cut bangs in, you're going to need to take heat to that to get them to lay right. But that is really common in wigs, and so I think if you're a bang wearer, learning how to do that is going to be to your benefit. It will give you a lot more flexibility. All right, so I've covered the fit, I've covered the coverage, I've covered the fibers. Let's talk about color. This color is gorgeous. Creamed coffee. I have never seen this color before, and when I got it, I really expected more of a brunette. I really don't see much brunette in this. This is very much an auburn with some golden blonde. It is rooted, but the rooting is incredibly subtle, and it is just a darker tone of the auburn reds that are in here. It's not really a brown, and let me try to get that closer to the camera for you so you can see that. It can be tricky with all of the lighting we have on to try to get everything. So you see it's darker up here, but it's not extreme. It definitely has a kind of an auburnish cast, almost like it's a dark auburn. And so you've got that, and then you have all of this. I mean, it's very dynamic. You've got some, what almost looks like copper. You've got golden blonde. You've got light auburn. I mean, it's beautiful. Maybe some strawberry. Definitely gorgeous, gorgeous salon colored hair. And for a little surprise, look at the bottom. So they took those auburn colors that are in here, and they left out the golden blonde. So you've got all of this beautiful dynamic lightness, and then it's almost like a two-tone effect on the bottom. It isn't extreme. It doesn't look like you should be 16 or 18 or 20 like all the kids nowadays are doing with their hair. It doesn't look like that. It's just subtle and fun. I thought that was really, really cute. And when you go to style it, you can really play up on that if you want to. All right, let's get outside. And I want to show you this color outside because I really think outdoor light is going to make it just look gorgeous. So let's get outside and see what you think about the color. All right, let's look at this beautiful color outside. I'm sure it's appearing just a little bit lighter, more like a light brown, not as red as it does inside, which is very typical for synthetic wigs. You can see some of those blonde tones down here, and then you can see where that is more of a two-tone color. It's so pretty. I'm really, really loving this color. By the name, I would have expected more of a dark brunette. So, so pretty. Once again, lace front. And then there's that root. Like I said, it is not a dark root at all. It is a very complementary shade to the rest of this wig. Very natural. All right, one more close up. All right, and we're getting a little wind, so you can see how this one moves in the wind. Just great. Thanks for watching, you guys. I hope you have a great day. All right, let's do some quick styling with this one. I love, love, love wigs like this that are so easy to style. So the first thing I'm going to do is just put a headband on. So I mean, you could do it as simple as leaving it exactly as it is and throwing a headband on just to change it up. You can also, because this has this great lace front, you can take it and you can pull some of the hair back. It's always so hard to do this on my phone, which is why I try to do this in the bathroom so I can look behind. But you just play with that front until it looks realistic and like you want it to look. And how cute and how easy. You don't really have to have styling skills to be able to do something like that. Absolutely love it. I will link in the description all of the things that I show you today so that you can go get one if you want one. So many different kinds of headbands, and I really love these in particular, all of these kind. I mean, I have like anything you can imagine because they don't squeeze your head, they won't hurt, they won't give you a headache, and they fit with wigs so well. Another thing that I love about wigs like this, like I said earlier, is their ability to go into updos and ponytails. Now, this isn't a full styling video, so I'm not spending a lot of time, and it might not look super realistic, but I'm just trying to give you guys ideas. So basically, you're going to take it and you're going to pull it back. You know, pull it down so that you're making sure you can't see your bio hair, you can't see the cap, and then you just pull out whatever you want for the sides. And I've shown you in many, many different videos a little razor comb that I use to trim off. Let's say this one has some great short ones, but let's say you need more than that, and you pull out some more and you don't like how long these are. You take that razor comb, you trim off some of that, and now you've got shorter sides. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I want you to go watch my styling video. I will link it below. It is huge, and it's so helpful to have that. One other style I want to show you that I absolutely love to do with wigs like this, and basically you're doing the same thing you did with the pony. You're pulling it all in the back, and then you're going to take it and you're going to twist it. However much you want, and then you're just going to stick a claw clip. You can stick a claw clip like this in. I mean, they make so many different kinds. Like that. I have no idea how that looks. I'm probably left out way too much hair, but again, I'm doing it fast so that you just can get some ideas. I also pulled it back when I did that. But then you just arrange the front however you want it to look in the front, and you've got such an easy updo. Again, go watch my video where I show you slower how to do that to make it look good. So I don't know, you guys, I think this is a great, great option if you're looking for some flexibility and you've been searching for that headband or that wig that you can wear in updos and style. Right here would be really good. I mean, it looks awesome down too, don't get me wrong. It's really, really a cute wig. So thanks for watching, you guys. I'll talk to you soon.